Hi, welcome into an edition of Hong Kong House of Cards. Charlie is having an aneurysm. All of a sudden, after the events of last night, he wakens from his hangover uh, to the house of Adam being claimed by children, Gaia female, Arun, after hearing he was claimed by Black Fury, and then all of a sudden he gets called to in front of the eldest Philodox of his sept. Then he howls out to walks through the ashes in Zhuling.
Okay.
And Adriana, who said she's currently out on base right now and needs at least a few minutes to get to the sept.
All right.
And he's frantic. He is with the howl. He is sounding like he's close to frenzy, and Zhu Ling knows that's not a good thing because he has problems on and trying to frenzy. If he's come to this point, things are about to happen. Things are about to get real.
Whew.
We need, the house says we need to talk. Neutral bond of the sept. Getting called in front of the elder Philodox of Roach's sept. What need to figure out what the heck is going on.
You need. She's thinking you need to figure out what's going on. But I suppose if a call is being made, she'll go.
Charlie will be already at the neutral bond of the sept, and if Shuling's not there yet, he'll give her a little bit longer.
Um, Jew is going to trot over in fox form in the Umbra. So I guess it depends on which side of the gauntlet you guys are on.
Charlie will probably be on the gauntlet side, and he'll specify, we're doing this gauntlet side. We need to make this uber private.
You mean the Umbral side?
Umbral side, yeah. Gauntlet
Okay.
side's bad.
Well, if you're that specific, sweet. I'll be in lupus then.
Oh.
Read form.
Yeah. Okay. What? When both y'all get there, he'll bow to both of you and say, "Okay," and start rubbing his temples. Okay, what's going on? First, I get told that Adam's being claimed as a mate by walks through the ashes here, and then while he's telling me that he's trying to was trying to date Dextra, and now I gotten a third howl saying he's being claimed by the children Gaia, Arun, Adriana, and I'm being called in front of the elder and Philodox of my sept.
She's going to shift
Uh,
back into breed form because whilst Garu tongue is probably similar to Kitsune, actually
right.
understanding her when she's in fox form is not going to be the easiest.
Yeah.
Okay, well, yeah, we'll make life easy, and I'll shift to Hamid too. That way, everybody can just talk.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It seems I was right in my assessment
And
of Adam.
and and she looks very very confused at mention of all the other names,
Yep.
except for her own.
It seems I was right in my assessment of Adam.
Oh, Walks, you were enchanted. Enchanted. You remember the mating, but you don't remember this part. your
This.
claim to mating, but you don't remember this part. Which I don't remember this part either because I kind of was drunk, threw myself into a drunken stone stupidity. And then woke up to do rounds at Sept, and I heard that.
Hmm. She definitely gets a agitated look, like, but at the same time, she's like, well, fuck. She didn't know about them either, so it's not like she can take it out on them.
Yeah, and they're female. You just don't know
Exactly.
you don't know the unknown variable, which is Dextra. You just think right now Dextra is something.
Right, right.
So he was attempting to date Dextra.
And then he got claimed by Walks Through the Ashes, and then by morning I hear
Mm.
the howl of another claim to his mating by the children guy Arun Adriana.
She's just going to look
Hmm.
disappointed.
And now
She
after
looks.
that,
She's
go
Not
ahead.
confused, but she's definitely catching on.
And now I'm getting called to, in front of my elder Philodox of the Sept. Because apparently he believes I know something because I was semi-involved, or
Adam
might know
be
something.
involved with everybody.
Luckily, I don't have claim on him right now, or this would make things worse.
Aside from the claim he has on you.
That's a different claiming.
It is. It is still a claim.
Yeah, and right now, his views meshed with the Emerald Mother. That's the only reason why I'm also another reason why I went with that avenue of claiming. But that's besides the point. But okay, I also cell phoned Adriana to let her know what's going on and inform her of this meeting. Me and Walks Through the Ashes kind of need to know what the heck's going on.
And you're asking me.
Yes.
Well, you kind of needed to know as well because was trying to date you,
Oh.
and now he told me y'all broken up, and now he was trying to date Dextra then Walks did her claiming.
Mm.
I told him that I could not enter a relationship with someone who was so reckless with the safety of those around him and with the well-being of those around him. It seems I was
Okay.
right.
And
I do not have trouble seeing your wisdom in this.
There is more to dating a kitsune than there is to dating a garu. And it brings risk upon the person and upon those around them. And if he fails to appreciate the risks that he causes to others, I can't, in all conscience, allow him to make that decision and allow myself to become involved in that. I told him this on the night of the full moon.
More than likely when he came back as a children guy kinfolk. If it's the same supermoon, I'm thinking full moon. I'm thinking of.
Quite likely, but having become a kinfolk or not, it doesn't change the fact that he fails to respect the safety of those around him. Something I would have thought that Dexter would have been aware of before involving herself.
She's actually enjoying being caught up from somebody else's perspective on the matter, because, yeah.
Apparently, she was ordered by her society's leader unwisely to enter the relationship.
Out of character, how the hell do you know that?
Oh, never mind. Uh,
Yeah,
sh- uh,
nobody knows in character that Mildred was involved in that.
uh, somebody told her to enter that relationship unwisely, is what he'll say.
Of course, it was unwise. He's shown blatant disregard for the safety of those around him. He's been using sunlight in the presence of our significantly less sunlight happy associates. And now he causes strife between the Garou.
And I'm afraid this is going beyond my sept, because the fact that he did the ritual in a different sept means that's his home sept. They can get word of what's going on by other means.
And I think it likely they will. And whether they will or not, I think it likely they should be contacted regarding this.
Yeah, I just don't know how to contact them, but I have a feeling he has a way of contacting them, but I don't know if he's going to be telling people what's going on, because he thinks this is just going to be in the confines of the sept.
Well, my understanding is that people have been hearing of your exploits with non-Garou in the city by the Silver Record.
That's because the spirits have actually been telling people of late, and I've heard from the spirits that the children of Fionn want to meet with me, but they're being blocked by Rachel Tannenbaum, by her own word, that their openness conflicts with the Tarot Council.
Yes, I'm just saying you may wish to be careful about what enters the Silver Record.
So far, none of my more personal dealings have entered yet, which I'm happy about. But I don't know what this Elder Philodox has seen or heard, because he's got a bigger pool of with the spirits than I do.
That would be understandable. So, you have my interpretation of matters. I haven't met with him since then.
My recommendation is you, as the Lantern of the Sentai and a prospective star, I would say go go ahead with your petition of removing him from Hermit.
I very
And
much intend to do so.
and I don't uh, see him associating with her pack in the slash Sentai in the future. Because he's causing too many, except for on an individual basis, because he's causing way too much problems just individually that
He
if
doesn't care enough about the potential collateral damage of his actions.
yes, and
How is Dextra?
she's fine. I'm going to text her of this of the events happening once we're done with this meeting.
So she's aware of the situation and what is going on?
Not yet. I'm going to text her when we're done here because well, you guys and gals in were closest, and we can talk in person. Whereas she's further out in Hong Kong.
Given the issues that Adam has already caused between the House of Cups and the House of Staves, and my position as the lovers in attempting to get the houses to work together, I would very much appreciate if you could ensure that,
She's not collateral damage in that fallout.
yes,
I'll make sure this when we're done here. We're just waiting on Adriana to come back, be called back. She is currently on base at her career, so she's having to go through separate channels to get away from there.
Ah.
Due to the fact that she's in the Navy.
and yourself. I'm afraid I don't believe we've met. I'm Juling with Mayor of the Kitsune. With Mayor of the Hungry Yokai. I am a Kitsune.
My name is Walks Through the Ashes. I am a black fury born under a full moon on 4 legs.
This is the walks through the ashes I was speaking of for membership in the Sentai / pack.
I am not entirely sure what all I've missed, but it sounds like a lot. And it sounds like it's caused a lot of trouble.
Enchantments can be problematic. If you find yourself enchanted again, I recommend visiting the council chambers. You'll be able to remember anything that happens there.
Thank you.
Also, a notepad and pencil can be helpful.
She nods. So we're here to talk about Adam pulling. If I have gotten this correct, he was with you, then with somebody else, then me else.
And then now he's being claimed by a a secondary person after you, which they're of the same tribe, but which usually wouldn't be an issue. But your claim preceded hers, so it's causing a problem.
I think the significantly greater problem than Adam in this situation is those that he has impacted upon. What are your feelings regarding everything?
I am very, very confused, if you want me to be completely honest, with lack of memory there. The last thing I remember was talking to him on it, and nothing. And let me put it this way: he didn't say no. So, and that really, I drank some water. That's where everything gets blurry. I wake up and I'm hearing this howl, and I am here. I have just met you. I don't know who this other person is.
I don't believe I the person either, but aside from
quite frankly, it's more agitating that he is messing around with multiple people and it's come to this at all.
I agree.
She's
This is
just
why, as I said,
shaking her head.
this is why, as I said, rather than discussing Adam, perhaps we should be discussing those he has affected.
I wonder. Well, there are yet more sides to hear, and we won't.
This is why I feel it may be appropriate if we contacted Dextra. As much as she may be a member of the House of Staves, he is also a member of the Council, and any impact he has caused will need to be weighed and considered. And any information she may have on his actions may be of use in our interpretation of his actions.
She walks, nods.
The reason why I haven't done so yet is because we would the setting of the meeting place if with us was in a spot she can't get to.
I understand this. I'm simply saying that it should be addressed at some point. It's all very well getting my perspective and this lady's perspective and the other lady's perspective, but if we leave one perspective out, we have an incomplete picture.
Right. I'll be getting in touch with her directly after we get done here. I just need we get Adriana's perspective on this because and her reasoning to basically claim someone that's erstwhile already claimed. And then going through the channels to actually get him released from that claiming just so she can have him. And the person doesn't even know that she's already started that process yet.
This is all a matter of respect and lack thereof.
Clearly, there's no respect for anybody here.
Precisely.
I'll be getting in touch with his superiors in the House of Cups once I'm able to, aka Charlie's going directly to the Duchess because he also has her phone number. And what's funny? His own daughter outranks him. Albeit she's of an opposing house, but she still outranks him.
I fail to see the relevance other than the fact that um, Adam should be focusing more on his own people and less on attempting to gain additional.
Uh, that's why I'm going to also get a hold of the Duchess and his daughter Pelagia to inform them what's going on.
That
And
would be good. Also, her perspective may be useful
yes,
because
Oh,
whilst I haven't met her, and I'm not sure if any of the other ladies involved have met her, he presumably will have needed to set some time aside for her.
being House Fiona, they're all about love and true love. Once you found it, you hold on to it and protect it like it was your life. The Duchess is going to have to be informed of what's going on because, uh, albeit he's trying to pursue and find his true love, he's going about it in the wrong way.
I would say so.
He hasn't even started his kinfolk lessons yet with the grandfather of the sept. So technically, as a kinfolk, he's just a child himself.
This doesn't excuse him.
No,
He may be a
I'm,
child as a kinfolk, but he has been a man for a while.
Yeah,
he knows what he's doing.
yeah. He uh, he knows what he's doing, but he does not hold the common
Care?
sense to support what he's doing to stop what he's doing.
No, as simply as I put it to him less than a fortnight ago, he does not appreciate the risks he poses to others. For all that he is willing to risk himself, he risks others without even thinking of the fact that he is.
Seems, as long as he's happy, why should he worry about anyone else? Something
And I'm going to
something needs to affect him the way it affects everybody else for him to learn.
as far as I can tell, when you broke up with him, Shu, the first time, he went Sealy. He was on his way there, but he hasn't reached it yet. And right now, even if he was involved directly involved or in control of the situation, he should have known better, and he didn't. He didn't hold the capacity of knowledge to pretty much keep his pants up.
Clearly.
And this is why I could not allow the relationship to continue or to develop. This is the very reason why. And instead of taking my thoughts on the matter as encouragement to change, instead he proves me utterly right.
And which is you're right considering uh your changing breeds situation with your mates. Though that spiritual feedback does uh, give you right to deny or approve uh, any relationships from giving birth or continuing, even more so than anybody else.
I think perhaps you may have phrased that wrongly, seeing as everyone has the right to make decisions regarding their personal relationship.
Yeah. Well, I was meaning although everybody has that decision, you have it more have to consider it more heavy than anyone else.
That is true.
She definitely Rox definitely looks happy to have at least heard this bit of the conversation, like have heard her bit, because she can at least assess a little bit more about him this way. And it does make sense what her explanation as to why she couldn't continue a relationship. And she's coming fully understanding here, and so you've known this behavior for quite some time, it sounds like.
He didn't exhibit it in terms of relationships. More collateral damage in battle. But I should perhaps have guessed that it would be likely to transfer to other aspects of his life.
When I suggested if he was able to get a deed name as a kinfolk, the deed name of Kamikaze, I didn't think he was going to take it to heart. That one, he kind of speared a drone Krenos through the head at 30,000 feet, while falling in free fall from 30,000 feet. Then a second battle, he slashed his own knee with his sword, which I almost forgot. That sword doesn't just do sunlight. It have the powers of Helios. It has a spiritual, or in his terms, chimerical poison on it.
Ugh.
Whoever he pulled to do the ritual in the first place, uh, state, what I'm guessing is staked their own reputation to back him,
I would say so.
and if the spirits of outside the steppe in Hong Kong have gotten wind of this, her reputation is destroyed, or at least torn in the eyes of her tribe. And right now, even though we cannot moon bridge into the mainland, we can moon bridge from other places, and that includes her sept, or because she would have had to be either Guru or Kinfolk to. She would actually have to be Guru to know about this ritual because a ritual like that a kinfolk cannot perform because they just don't have the juice to try and do it, even let alone know about it.
So she put a lot on the line for him, and
Yep.
he repays her with chaos.
Yep. And from what I gathered from my cousin Riker, there's a lot of chatter coming from New York, which is not a good thing. If there's as much chatter as he's hearing from his home sept in New York, that means that she's somewhere in the New York area, if not close.
Just a warning, James. Try not to try and be careful about out of character knowledge, just in case.
All right. He hasn't gone into it yet.
Yeah.
It's
No, I'm
going
just.
into gray. It's going into gray area.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Uh,
Whatever he's. Oh, he's being dangerous. More ways than one. Okay, is Julia coming in or? Cause
right?
yeah, I'm sorry, I'm kind of getting uh, run out of things to use. You've got a mosquito near your mic.
Me?
Yeah, I think you've got a mosquito near your mic because it keeps buzzing and then all of a sudden it stops.
Huh.
I was just watching your little sound bar like dance a little bit every time it buzzed.
Oh no, it's the one annoying fly that just won't die and is too fast to kill.
Oh, okay. Um, Actually, I can think of something to use. Shu, I actually helped out rescue a new changeling the other night.
Really?
Yeah.
Them from what?
slave traders of the Tong. I don't think they knew what they had until me, Julian, and some other of the other changelings came in and struck.
Oh,
From what I gathered from the talk of the changelings, he just barely chrysalis while in captivity. It wasn't just slave traders. It was sex slave traders, and apparently he was an underage porn star. Well, I wouldn't say underage. He's there with him. They were basically pushing the age of consent.
That is troubling.
yes.
I don't think they knew what they had until we came in, and I don't think now they know it at all because uh
That's
they
irrelevant. It's troubling
yeah
nonetheless.
yeah thanks to the changelings the mists rolled in and I kind of blasted them with delirium in its full form.
As I said, that's irrelevant. The
Yeah.
fact that it is troubling because of their actions.
Yep. I still haven't gotten in touch with any of the Ratkin. I've been trying to help out with the Bonars. The Ratkin have been oddly silent, or at least from what I can tell, because I'm an outsider. I'm guessing.
Mhm.
As far as the Adam thing is concerned, I it's very tedious to try and maintain maintain good relations with kinfolk when that kinfolk is so Adam.
He
Yeah.
seems like trouble. What was I thinking?
Oy.
Well, I wish the best of luck to his mate, whoever she is, in having to deal with him.
Hmm. And actually, funny that she says that, because Walks is actually just like, mm-hmm.
Yep.
uh, Walks, I'm thinking, is probably going to cut off his balls.
we'll,
No,
we'll just leave it at we're dropping willpower to just
no. She's not going to cut off his balls. That will mean he can't breathe. Cut off his nose. Nose isn't going to stop him.
no.
This
No, but
is
it might
Eyes,
make him think twice about his
eyes.
and she motions the face like he doesn't have a pretty face. I guess he can't mess with people.
Precisely.
yeah. Actually, blinding is not beyond the realm of reality when it comes to Amazons.
something needs to happen with him. He can't just get away with all of this chaos.
When I get done here, I'm gonna text the Duchess, and when she's out of the dreaming, she'll get it, and I'm going to meet with Dextra.
That seems wise.
Because the Duchess is going to need to know what he's doing, especially causing bad reputation for House Fiona.
Not to mention harming multiple other people's reputation in the process.
Yeah.
Well, at the very least, I can be glad I extricated myself when I did.
Yeah.
And you can be glad that you knew him for a very short time. Charlie, on the other hand,
I don't know if I'd say that. But
Charlie is going to once the Duchess hears of this, is probably going to get reassigned.
quite possibly. What does that have to do with anything?
Meaning he's getting out of the relationship himself.
Yes, but Charlie doesn't know this. Hugh doesn't know this. And Hugh just said,
Mhm.
Charlie, on the other hand.
Yeah. Oh, hope Charlie just goes and while he's massaging his temples. Oh, once I tell the Duchess, I hope I get reassigned.
I did say when you entered into it that it was worth being entirely certain where your priorities lie.
My priorities shouldn't be solely on him, and I told him that in the oath. And
Oh, your priority should primarily be with the Emerald Mother.
yeah, I told, and I literally told him that in the oath, how I worded it. And albeit trying to keep him out of trouble is also garnering me renown. It's conflicting with my duties as other duties as Guru. Or
Well,
in her wisdom will probably strip him back down to squire, and I get promoted. I don't know.
well, I wish you luck in cleaning up Adam's mess.
yes.
Uh, right. So how am I doing with how am I doing as prospective stars so far?
I doubt this has anything to do with the role.
I know. This sounds more like the fool, but still, or temperance.
Or simply the squire of an
The annoying changeling that doesn't know how to keep his pants up.
precisely. Very little to do with the council.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Although we do still need to bring him before the council regarding his actions towards Dexter in a more martial setting.
Yeah. So he can understand.
And to discuss the effect that he also had on the other individuals' presence. There were crazy
Yeah.
there as well, and whilst sunlight is less of a threat to them, it was still very disrespectful of him to use such a weapon knowing that he had asked members of those
Accept
houses
it.
to be present.
Out of character, I have not seen Ari on in a while. Uh, does any of the assistant STs have the character profile for the Duchess?
I do, Sean probably does, and I think Will does. I don't think Will's played her, so I'll run it past Sean and
All
see what
right,
he wants to do.
because yeah, Charlie would probably inform her. Is definitely going to need to inform her
Okay,
about what's going
who
on.
does. Oh, Julia's getting off the bus now. 5 minutes.
Okay.
Score. All right. I'm gonna step away from the
I
computer for a second.
yeah. I hear and Holly.
Yes.
I hear Blitzkrieg coming from wherever Josh is at.
Okay.
I don't know how close you are, but I can hear Blitzkrieg coming
Like,
from where Josh is at.
I'm on the complete opposite end of the house.
Yeah, I could straight out
I,
hear Josh and Blitzkrieg.
we can hear you. Every last thing.
Hi, Josh.
He just like smirked and spun back around his chair. Screw you guys. I do what I want. Alright.
Oh Lord.
Alright. I'll be right back.
Okay.
How are you doing with the changelings otherwise?
Not bad. Daiki's a little bit rough, but well, as far as the changelings I've interacted with, aka the PCs, um, Daiki's not that bad. He's just a little bit rough. I'm assuming due to some events of his past kind of made him that way. But he is getting mellowed out by Lady Desdemona. As far as that goes, out of character, if we're NPC interaction, you can just use your imagination as ST because he, I really have no idea what all NPCs are all in play. So I'm just going to say, other than that, in character, he's just going to say, other than the ones I interact with on a regular basis and the ones out of the Goblin Market when I'm enchanted, they seem alright. Especially the few that are already Fianna kinfolk, and oddly enough, they know how to keep their pants up better than Adam.
There are a few people who don't, mostly nudists.
Oddly enough, well. let me rephrase that. The nudists would know how to keep their private parts away from each other better than Adam.
Yes.
Uh, albeit I'm going to I'm leave from what I can tell from the rumors around the changelings. Uh, we may need to be careful during Samhain.
In what way?
Why?
Uh, from what I could tell from the rumors, the mists are going to hit them harder than the rest of us, and they don't know what happens while they black out.
Is that all?
That's
Hmm.
it from what I gathered. That's it from what they can remember.
So they simply don't remember that day.
Yeah, they straight out won't remember until they won't remember at October 31st to November through November 1st. It would be just like a really bad blackout drunk hangover to them. Whereas the rest of us are probably going to get vague memories, like usual. Other than that, we may just need to be careful on that day because uh, from what I could tell from the mundane lore, I don't know how true this is, but according to the mundane lores, the veil between the realms is very thin. Actually, it's not just the mundane lores. I've actually been talking with Mac, and he's actually told me from the Fianna's perspective because our histories with the changelings are intertwined. Definitely, the veil between the realms is very very thin until November 2nd.
Not the best thing to have happen with the technocracy around.
Yeah, because they're going to be getting supercharged as well from that. But but the other issue is with that is our other enemy is actually going to get supercharged as well.
The worm?
The Black Spiral Dancers are going to get supercharged as well.
Why?
The If the veil is that thin, that means the gauntlet is very thin.
Yes, that will simply aid in
Yes.
passage between the realms.
You need to go get it.
It also aid in them. What I was thinking, it will also aid them in creating their corrupted parents. And
This is true.
so far, I have not seen or heard any more being created. But that doesn't mean that they will not redouble their efforts on Sam Hain.
Mm.
And with them on and an undecided wild card in this, I still think we're going to have to go on extreme caution when it comes to them, along with technocracy, especially with our allies compromised, like uh, in the changelings compromised like they are on Samhain.
Well, all you've said is that they don't remember it the following day. How else are they compromised?
I that I do not know. Uh, I know things have
Oh boy.
gone down on Samhain in the past, but uh, they usually stay our allies. But I I don't know what kind of role role they're going to play at that night, or it all depends on their natures, their darker natures, I would assume. Or well, let me scratch that. It would all depend on how they are on that night, because I have no idea. I get vague memories of really wild, even wilder parties on Samhain when it comes to changelings, but they're only vague, like I said.
Oh.
Well, it is good to be aware
Look
of.
at women's selfies.
Oh hey.
Hey,
Hi,
just a
it's
second.
Julia.
It's not a selfie. I'm on a call. All right, I'm back.
Okay.
Well,
Final,
Welcome.
now, welcome. And now Adriana shows up at the neutral area, at the bonds of the Sept from work.
Right.
So yeah, Adrena will show up and ask who the hell is calling her here.
That would be me. I'm calling you here in regards to your recent claim to mating claim to Adam.
My yes, what of it?
You're. I wanted you meet your predecessors. This is Lady Schling. She is broken up with Adam before, and this is walks through the ashes. Your predecessor in your claiming ship of
she
being mated.
she just gives a nod.
Adrena will get her shoulders will get very stiff and she'll turn to the Black Fury. Yes, I've heard of you, and she'll turn to Zoo a little bit more relaxed. And you.
Your claiming ship. I don't. I don't know if this related, but we need. They. I was under the
Adam has
assumption.
displayed a significant lack of consideration regarding the consequences of his actions to others. We're simply trying
Yes.
to address the fallout, shall we say. Um, and wish you luck in dealing with him in the future. You will likely need it.
Indeed.
block isn't really necessary. I know how to handle my mate.
Well, for some reason, I'm currently getting called to the Elder Philodox, the Sept, for some reason, and I kind of figured the only thing that happened is that he would be calling me to him in front of him is the issue of Adam.
The issue with Adam and my mate claim has been resolved by our SEP Theta. I'm not sure what the problem is now.
I have no idea, but I woke up hearing your howl claiming, and then the elder Philodox's howl to meet with me on something. I could only deduce that it involved Adam. None of my actions have justified adjudication by the nation.
And so he decided to summon everyone together, because of course we need someone to tell us how we should feel. But regardless of that misconception, what information have you been given regarding us? You said that you have heard of us both. I am afraid I have not heard of you, so I cannot help but be curious.
And this is the first I'm hearing of either of you. And the
I
other
appear to be cleaning up your messes, as it were, ladies.
Really?
Oh yes.
And how do you view Adam to be my mess?
You're the reason he became a kinfolk, you. According to him, you said that if you became kinfolk, you could be together. He did everything to become a kinfolk, and then you said...
I told him that kinfolk were of less importance to the Kitsune than they were to the Garu, that he should not do such a thing for me, but should only pursue such a course of action if he wanted to. And in fact did nothing to encourage him. He was set on the course of his own choice.
The Black Fury followed him home, had his way with...
Followed him home?
He had his way with her, yes, followed him home.
Invited.
This is why next morning you claimed he was your mate, and apparently gave him the impression that you would kill him if he did not accept. My only option was to claim him as my mate, to protect him, and to make sure he didn't fuck up again.
Well,
good luck.
Someone to make sure of that.
Yeah.
He's already caused quite a bit of unnecessary... What's the word you humans use? Unnecessary...
bullshit?
That's it.
And I also have...
But it comes to much the same conclusion. You may have heard of us. Well, I cannot speak to whether it was true of this lady here or not. I don't know, but it was clearly untrue of me, and therefore seems likely.
Most of the things, 90% of the time, and not 100% of the time, due to Adam's kith, his weakness is he lies.
No, sweetheart, I know that. This was done under truth of Gaia. If he is lying, then he believes it.
He may very well believe it, but I specifically told him that it would make no difference to me whether he was a kinfolk or not, that it made very little difference to Kitsune, and that becoming a Garu kinfolk would more likely cause conflict than anything. If he chose not to hear that, then that is his
That is
choice.
his doing.
And
She
that is
can't be
why
responsible
I
for
left.
it.
I very specifically told him and others that the reason I left him was because he failed to take into account the effect his actions have on those around him. He failed to consider the full weight of his actions, and it seems he has continued to do so.
And
The
due to
other
the fact
thing
that it
that
is.
And
Go ahead.
sorry, the other thing that concerns me about Adam is his involvement with leeches.
leeches.
Yeah,
Dexter is a member of the council, and though she may belong to the House of States,
Dextra blood bonded him.
that I did not know.
Dextra blood bonded my
That
kinfolk, and, according to Adam, a knight to the Duchess of the House of Cups. She did
yeah,
so
that part
under the orders of the leader, the princess,
the prince.
Okay, how the
Mildred.
hell did you know that? Because Adam doesn't know that. Or at least he doesn't know that from Dexter.
He knows it from Arthur.
How the hell did Arthur know that?
Either
I don't know.
I may have a note that Julian may have told him out of character. Julian is Arthur's player is actually one and the same person, and he may have told him through Julian.
No, actually, Will said that Adam found out from Dexter because Dexter felt bad.
Dexter felt bad, which is where she gave away the fact that she'd blood bonded him. She didn't say anything about Mildred, and she sure as hell did not let on that it was anything other than a complete accident because she happened to have fangs and was not used to making out with them. So if we're just doing this again, like when he decided when all she did was blood bond him, I'm not going to be happy.
As far as I could tell, I was told that he was blood bonded by Dextra, and Arthur gave him one of his herbal remedies that acted as a rite of cleansing, and apparently he experimented and enhanced the effect, and it purged the blood bond.
Well, he seemed to make the connection in scene because he was talking about Julian taking him to Mildred and how Mildred couldn't be trusted, and then Mildred shoved him to Dexter's arms.
Yeah. But where any of that came down to Dexter doing it deliberately, or Mildred having anything to do with the matter, none of that has been covered in scene.
Well, then we'll take that part out until we'll take that part out until we can figure out what the hell's going on with that. And so it was just Dextra blood bonded him. She blood bonded my kinfolk and a knight to the Duchess of the House of Cups.
Which I will inform the Duchess once I am able to get a hold of her, along with with Dextra after this meeting. Because the Duchess is going to have to be informed of Adam's actions, maybe compromising not just the house's reputation, but others' reputation that's involved in this.
I'm agreeable to that.
As for the blood bond, I'll have to look into that. It's not acceptable behaviour.
No.
Especially a night of anywhere.
That has very little bearing on whether it is acceptable behaviour with another member of the Tower Council.
Yeah.
of any of the houses, of any rank. So I will discuss that with her. And with Adam, who I'd hope not to have to speak to.
Oh, by the way, how was that seminar you had to give to the changelings about uh being more responsible with enchanting people?
I still haven't had the chance to do that because it clearly is very well needed, and needing and getting all of them in one place is like attempting to herd geese.
Just go to Riker, should be fine. It's where they all hang out. Just go to Rikers.
Well, that's mostly the only place that anybody well, the House of Swords and House of Pentacles and House of Cups hangs out anymore.
You don't have to go to
He he actually had to ban the House of Staves because their prince's edict that none of the vampires can have any interactions with the changeling. And by suggestion by Juan Ping himself, he's restricted the human mundane customer base to not coming into the club until after Halloween.
If the prince said not to have any contact with the changelings, why did Dexter and Adam get together?
I have no idea. And whoever set up that relationship was completely unwise and had ulterior motives, for what it sounds like.
That's what I told him. I told him not to trust the leeches. The leeches always have an ulterior motive. Always do.
Always.
The Garu don't.
Our ulterior motives aren't let's suck people dry. It's usually let's protect Gaia.
Yes.
Somebody washing dishes in the Umbra?
Yes. 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 Josh is washing dishes in the Umbra. Don't you flip me off.
Got a problem with me doing housework.
Did you hear that, Hutter? He said, what, you got a problem with me doing housework?
Somebody's got to do it around here.
Have you ever?
Yeah.
Where do we go from here?
Hopefully we can since we're on the same page, we could probably go ahead. Go ahead, Deb.
She was going roboto.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Well,
So the Kitsune disappears. And it's just the Black Fury, the Cog, and
Great.
I'm not actually sure what
right?
Fiona?
the Fiona.
Yep. And he says, where you said where do we go from here? Everybody was going roboto, even before Deb left here. for that brief moment for me. So,
Uh, um, I would say we're all on the same page as far as Adam's concerned. If I
yes,
don't want to speak for
maybe.
either of you.
Well,
Actually, one more thing. Adam said you could be pregnant. Great time to join the call.
that's a possibility.
Well, at some point he
What?
still kind of going robot.
Yeah.
Uh,
Can you hear me properly now?
yes.
Yes.
Okay. So what I did say is, have you ever met a Camazotes?
No.
Nope.
Do you want to guess
Well,
why you've never met a Camazotes? Although Charlie has.
yeah, he
Why?
just stopped talking when you said chemizodes.
Yeah. Because
And
until
just
recently they were extinct. The werebats were wiped out predominantly by the Shadow Lords.
Okay.
Whilst
Okay.
this young lady in particular has acted, from the sound of it, in a inappropriate way which needs to be addressed and dealt with, lining the entire house will do us no good. Just as the Hengi Yokai have allowed the Garu to come and live with us, despite the past and the associations that some people may have towards the Garu, we have all decided to work together in the Tower Accord.
Then may I suggest that if sanctions are necessary to these acts, instead of sanctioning the House, why don't you sanction those involved?
Sorry, could you repeat that?
Then may I suggest that if it comes up that we need sanctions or punishments, we're going to need punishments of some sort. Instead of it being against the House, why don't you have it against the people who were involved? That way the House and those who had no knowledge of this incident are not punished for something they couldn't control.
I
That
quite
makes
agree with
sense.
that. I should warn you that there are several issues that Adam is already being brought up before the council regarding. And whilst that does not in any way diminish the fact that he has a legitimate complaint in this one, I just thought you should be aware of this, as he is your mate.
I have a feeling that if my interactions with him go the way that they have been, I'm not going to live very long to be his mate.
What do you mean?
I hope that is not the case.
Adam tends to get people in trouble.
I've heard.
Adam tends to get himself in trouble.
He
Adam
does.
is my responsibility.
Yes. Hence,
Yes, he is.
our saying that we wish you luck with him. Despite you saying that you do not need it, I very much think
No.
that anything regarding him in specific is likely to require luck on the part of those that are required to care for him.
I would rather trust in Gaia than trust in luck. She is a fickle lady, and Gaia's been by my side for everything.
The Emerald Mother is kind, but
Yes.
I personally am of the opinion that luck comes from the Emerald Mother. That she gives us the aid that we need most when we expect it least.
Then perhaps Gaia and your Emerald Lady will work together and I will be fine with my dealings with Adam and his fuck-ups.
Perhaps.
My understanding that Gaia and the Emerald Lady are two names for one and the same, just as
Yes.
Luna is the white-faced
Mhm.
lady.
Hence why
Find
why
out, I suppose.
Riker calls his club the Emerald Mother.
All right.
And considering what he actually wants to do with the club is kind of well within that purview. Considering he wants to make that that club a safe haven for everybody, but
Right.
due to events, that's not going to be able to happen anytime soon.
No.
Because even though most of the stuff he didn't do, I've heard that he was the catalyst and the face for some of the fallout from Adam that Adam caused.
Oh, are they?
Yeah, this play some time with me.
Oh, do they?
We're going for supper.
What?
Spaghetti!
Oh, yeah.
Spaghetti?
Oh, I want to have this.
Oh, that was interesting.
So, is there anything you would wish to know from us?
I think we've covered it all, unless there's something you think that we should discuss that I have yet to find out
The
about.
money they get from that to fund the school programs that they do. Oh, here's a few cents for them.
Gathered
It's a nice jacket.
Thank you.
to give you the fullest amount of information.
I can't hear anything that you're saying, Deb.
Yeah.
Okay, I said perhaps that is why it is good that we have gathered to give you the fullest amount of information that we can.
Charlie will actually say this. We are currently recruiting for our Sentai / pack known as the Celestial Wings. If you're interested, at a later date, aside from this.
We as in the three of you?
Right now, it'd be me and Lady Zhu walks through the questions actually being also given two walks through the ashes as well.
Like I just told you.
But when you come
There is
out,
also
it's
Gus
like backpack, like he just told you.
and the one and only living Kamazuk, though he is not at the moment.
Guess what? These are donuts.
But that aside,
These are
Still gives you look of where are you going with the Camazote's line inquiry. He's not saying it out loud, he just gives her that look.
I wasn't. I was just mentioning that he is a part of the pack because you
Yeah.
implied that there was just the two of us.
Yeah. So
Oh.
far, there is a Kamazoot's, quote unquote, there's a Grawl
And Bosco for Corral, yes.
and
Fantastic.
a Korax.
Wait.
Did you say Korax?
Yes, Gus Contos.
Oh,
He needs $10 for popcorn for the year.
these make a very interesting
If
group.
Gus is part of your pack, then I can be part of your pack.
Mm-hmm.
Is this anything else?
Yeah.
No, I
Yes.
it makes my teeth hurt.
No, Grandma just got all the
She
junk.
just went to the dentist. Isn't
I take it you are aware that he transforms into a cougar or mountain lion.
Fruit rock.
Gus and I have
Fruit rocks.
a very tight friendship. I know what Gus is.
That's not what they're doing.
Oh.
We're just saying a good night and black apples are.
Asked if there was anything else.
This is about Halloween.
You are aware he transforms into a mountain lion.
I didn't hear any of that, Deb.
You probably can't. Don't chew it, Mike.
Don't chew that, Anton.
You did ask if
Oh,
there was
thank God.
anything else regarding Adam that you may need to know. You are aware he transforms into a mountain lion, yes?
I was there for the first council meeting.
And that he has a daughter.
Yes.
And that he has a sword which has multiple uses to
Has
it.
silver and sunlight, but he attacked extra, yes. I know that if he finds true love, something will happen. I know about the flaws. I know about what happened to Pelagia's mother.
Good. And simply making sure that we have covered everything.
course.
As he said, if you don't know about it to ask, then he has associates in the United States, which I'm sure you are at least partially aware of.
I came from the Sept of the Green.
Oh, you two, you and Riker should probably talk then. He comes from the Scepter Grain as well.
If you were there for the last council meeting when I gave you the story of my first change, the Sept that found and saved me was the Sept of the Green. I know Adam. I know the child of Gaia who helped him become, well, I know of the child of Gaia who helped him become a kinfolk. Although, I could have sworn they were both out of New York at that point.
Oh, leave that there.
Oh, I believe that most likely is not
Actually, everyone's left the room now. Yay.
As far as the pack is slash Sentai is concerned, we are currently trying to recruit members of that are unaffiliated with personal totems, just due to the fact that 3 of our number have them, and their totems lay sole claim on them.
Hey, why don't you
I have
attack your
no
mother?
personal totem.
I have no personal totem.
Okay. And we were thinking of Chimera. If that was means you were thinking of Chimera, if that was all right with y'all, you two. We still have to bridge this with the other 3, but then again, they're not going to be in full membership because of their personal backgrounds.
Would you be able to try to get the rest of them?
I see no complaint for now about that totem.
No complaints here.
Alright. I just wanted to bring that up, just get y'all's opinion on if y'all had better ideas or other ideas.
The last pack I had, we followed Clash and Boom Boom. That was fun.
Oh, I still have contact with him. I'm kind of needing some help. I've been tasked with causing chaos and loss of influence with the PLA and the Legislative Council, Mundane Council. And I was wanting to get in touch with Clashing Boom Boom.
I have not spoken
If not, we'll take
to Clash and Boom Boom in some time. There's a little bit of a contentious breaking up of my pack.
Oh,
And
okay.
Clash and Boom Boom did not appreciate it. But I can see what I can do.
Alright. Thank you.
No problem.
Anything helps, considering, okay, the two of you, since you're going to be part of our group, our pack/Sentai should know, 2/3 of City Father is either neutral or on our side. The youngest one, the one that is associated with the People's Liberation Army, is aligned with the technocracy.
Okay, have some material then.
Alrighty then.
Okay.
If you can't fix these,
If I'm going to be in your pack, and especially if I'm going to be in a pack with a Black Fury, I think it's only fair to warn you that I have had some upsetting trials with Black Furies in the past.
Like, if you don't mind me asking.
In case you're unaware, I am a Navy SEAL for the United States Navy. I am the first female Navy SEAL, which is why I'm here in Hong Kong, so that we can keep that secret.
Alright. Hey, answer me questions real quick.
I may have had some competition with a Black Fury for my position. She failed, I succeeded. She didn't take kindly to it. I may have said some things. She frenzied. She now wants to kill me.
I believe him.
So you want a challenge?
Basically, yeah.
And it sounds like a just challenge.
She's not gonna go that far.
You won. That's all there is to it.
Yeah, you won. You passed your test. You also repulsed her challenge to dispute that test. So and so she can go step off.
Yes, but she may come looking to kill me. I'm not really afraid. She's not actually very good at fighting. I don't know why she thought she could win. She's a theurge.
Really? Really? One of my auspice thought she would?
She has a mentality of anything you can do, I can do better, and I just couldn't let that slide.
Ah.
Sorry, you had that experience.
So
there are many who are quick to anger.
She may come looking to kill me. I can handle it. Just, I didn't want you guys being unaware or getting hurt because of it.
I can.
It's not the first time she's tried to kill me. It won't be the last.
I can hold my own if it comes down to an all brawl.
As can I.
If she pulls fetishes, that's another story.
Mm.
Because I am not currently with a fetish arsenal right now. Spirits,
I
on the
would
other hand, I can do.
prefer if you do meet her that she not die. I understand protecting yourself. I understand sometimes these things are unavoidable, but I have a bit of personal history with her, and I wish she could remember that.
You have claim to her. I will not
Yes.
try and take her life. If it comes down defending myself, if she comes to grips of frenzy or worse, I will take actions appropriately.
And I will
For
stay
sure.
out of the way. That's
As
all
will
I
I.
ask.
Her reaction to your winning is out of order, so she is yours.
Thank you.
I have very little interest in the infighting between the different tribes of Guru. So I will simply stay out of the way and let you handle the matter yourselves. I'm sure you're quite capable of it.
I have been in the past.
And also, if she tries to take actions against you because she knows that she associates with you, no more than just me will take action against her if they are around because
Oh, I'm aware.
You would have to find me first.
Yeah. Other than that, uh, uh, they would have to find her first. First, she would have to find her first, and then she'd have to go cut through three other people, and one of them won't let them let her near her.
Like I said, I doubt she's coming to Hong Kong anytime soon. But knowledge is power.
Yeah.
Knowledge is power.
Weird things have happened.
It's true.
The fact that we have a Casimoots in our number is could attest to that.
Yes.
Okay, I guess we're out of things to say for right now. You all want to call the scene here?
Yeah, sounds good to me.
All
Yeah.
right. Julia, there. You want to call a house meeting because Obi's character is